Well, we decided to plant some more sweet potatoes this morning, and we cleaned out one of our raised beds out there, and nothing just ever does good in that particular raised bed. It had some dirt that we bought many years ago. It's real sandy, and it don't hold moisture. When we was pulling the stuff out a while ago, we didn't even see an earthworm in there. I told her before we plant potatoes back in it, let's add some of this chicken manure, well, this compost that's in this here chicken house. I folded the wire back so I can actually get in here now. And we're gonna add some of this to it. So we're gonna try to fill that bucket up on the tractor right there. And hopefully that'll help that bed out. But what I'm doing right now is just raking the wood chips, the ones that aren't decomposed, off the top of it. And I'm gonna go down in here and get the good stuff. Look at that. Just still got some wood chips in it that aren't broken down.
And this is the deep bedding method. So what we do when we do have chickens in this little area here is we just add wood chips once a week, once every other week.
Anytime we start noticing a heavy manure load, we cover it up.
And this is the second year we've done this, and I'm gonna tell y'all.
Turn around and show them that corn.
This is our volunteer corn from where we fed the chickens corn in here. And we're just letting it do its thing. It came up through the wire and everything itself, and it doesn't look yellow. It doesn't look like it needs fertilizer. I mean, and it just come up by itself. And look how dark green that is.
There's so much life in this stuff, you can almost see it moving. Well, I got me enough in that bucket there. I think it'll do what we want to do. This stuff, it's so fluffy and does not smell at all. It smells just like, what smells like? I don't even know how to explain it. It smells like
pot and soil.
Yeah, like pot and soil, just like earth. Like if, I don't know, but it's amazing. This is some really pretty stuff, and it's got to be pretty rich in nutrients to grow corn looking like that with no nothing on it.
So we're out in our big garden at the house. This right here was our first ever raised bed that we ever attempted to make. We've added stuff to it over the last couple of years, but it just ain't no count, y'all.
There's a lot of sand in this. And like I said, it just don't hold moisture. I mean, we've added leaves, we've added a little bit of compost to it, not a lot. But these cabbages that's in here, we just pulled out a ton of them that hadn't even started making heads yet, because we've got all those cabbage that were planted, what, a month later? Maybe longer than that. And they look awesome. These right here just ain't grew.
So instead of adding fertilizer, we want to bring the soil back to life is why we're doing this. We're hoping that this is going to help introduce some earthworms, some fungus, get this stuff straightened out. Only thing I know is I better be figuring out how to make some kraut or something. My mother-in-law makes it, but I made it one time. It was a little bit too salty. I just need to keep trying. I mean, honestly. But these cabbage plants were what he's talking about. We're planting a month after those. And these are making beautiful cabbage heads. We had some insect pressure, but hopefully we've done away with that. But you can see just how much better these plants look down here than up there in that bed. These are actually some of the prettiest cabbage plants we've ever had.
Well, we got the bed top dressed for that compost, and then we went back with some old hay, and we've mulched it all here. And y'all, this will probably be the best thing ever for us, that mulch. If we had the time and really the extra hay to do it, that's more or less the main thing, we would mulch this whole garden. Because I think that is probably the most beneficial thing you can do for a garden, at least from what we've seen in the past. But here's our slips. I got 21 slips in here. And so we're just going to rake back a little circle and stick them in the ground and see what they do. You can see that nice compost under there now. That looks good. Put a little hay around it. So it'll be just fine to plant these right here, right amongst the cabbage. And I guess you could kind of call this succession planting. We've got the sweet potatoes coming on while the cabbage is finishing up. And by the time those cabbage come out, these things will be really just starting to kick it. At least they should be.
And then by the time we get the sweet potatoes up, we can stick us some more cabbage in.
Yeah, it probably would work that way. That's about right. I'm not sure we got enough room for 21 slips across here. Once we get these stuck in, we'll make sure to water them all real good. And those of y'all who've seen our last few videos, our daggone deers come back.
It done a number last night.
Yep, the sunflowers we got planted around the front of the house. I mean on the front corner of the house. Strawberries and the sunflowers, he worked on them.
A lot of people have been leaving in the comments about our deer problem and about hunting the deer during deer season. So that's the thing.
You don't see
We are, well, and we are like, there's a lot of deer hunters in this area, a lot. But the deer around here have gotten smart to the deer hunters, and deer usually don't come out till midnight, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. We've had deer cameras out, and for years it's been this way because this area is actually very heavily hunted. The deer just, they're smart. They figured it out.
Yeah, both of us used to hunt, and that's one reason we don't even hunt no more, because it's a waste of time to just go sit there and not see nothing. Like she said, you can put a deer camera out, and yeah, he'll come in there about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Here's my hay pile. This is just old hay that was laying down here on the ground, really, underneath the shelter. So we are going to utilize it here in the garden for mulch. Well, I got most of it mulched. Still got down this aisle right here. If I can find enough extra hay, I'll probably go down the middle of this row here too. But yeah, I would like to get this mulched and that little strip right there mulched, and then our sweet potato bed down the side over there mulched. My daddy's got some old round bales of hay, which would be a little bit harder to deal with. So I may go get one of those and see how that works. But for now, this is what we need to get done, because this is where we're going to be putting the tomato trellis that we're going to make up. So we'll catch up with you as soon as they get home.